what would make this video a little more interesting than driving home in the middle of the night, pitch dark, there's nobody out here, guys, there's no help. If you call AAA to come get you, well, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to be sitting 3 to 4 hours. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Oh, man. Whoa, wait a minute. Great. That's lovely. Looks like we're leaking all around the top here. It's just blowing brake fluid out everywhere. You can see it all down there. Yep. All right, guys, how about a little burnout to get this video started? Activate line lock, hold brakes. All right. Continue to hold OK, release brake, apply throttle. Woo! Ho ho! Well, now that we got that out of the way, how about we come over here and let's try to get something done. Oh boy, I don't know if you can see that, but she's been leaking brake fluid, and boy, oh boy, that's quite a bit of transmission fluid there as well. Let's pop this dust cap off, or this grease cap, whatever the hell you want to call it. And there we go. Good time to repack the bearings, right? This hub is moving nice and freely. Get me some needle nose. We'll pop this out. We'll get this nut off, and let's slide this drum off and see what. Let's clean that up first. Let's see what she's working with in there. I got a feeling it's going to be a mess. All right, who's ready to see what's in here? I'm curious. I'm hoping. I love taking shortcuts, guys. I'm hoping that the brake shoes are nice and clean and not broken into a million pieces. Why would I hope that? Because I don't want to replace the brake shoes too. Finding parts for this car has not been the easiest thing, and I guess that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, it's a 1957, and on top of being a 1957, it's not the most popular car. You know, this isn't a car that you're going to find floating around very often, which is something I like. It's not something you're going to see at all of the car shows. In fact, you probably won't ever see one anywhere. This is a fairly rare car because it just wasn't that popular even back in the day. Is it going to slide off? It is. Let's make sure we don't lose our bearings. There we go. Okay. All right. Not too bad. This came off fairly easily. And, you know, I do have that rebuild kit. The brake linings are soaking wet. Yeah, they are soaking wet. So the right thing to do, obviously, is to get new brake shoes. Yeah. Is that what we're going to do, though? Hell, I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. I'll probably clean these up with the brake cleaner. I mean, they've got quite a bit of meat on them. This one's got more than this one, but I mean, they do have enough meat to get by. It's not like I'm going to be daily driving this, you know, across the country or anything. Ugh, we just got stuff leaking and dripping. I think that's trans fluid over here. Way the hell over there? Oh yeah, I guess it's blowing it out from the torque converter. This is actually a very simple setup. It really is. You've got this line that connects the top one. Obviously, the main line runs through the top, comes into the top one, runs into the bottom. The bottom one is leaking. The top one is also leaking. So, you know, it's just a matter of unbolting these. They probably bolt from the back. They might bolt from the inside here, but unbolt these, take this line off. These are honestly fairly simple brakes. Nothing to them, guys. I'm going to have to wait for some parts to come in before we can really do anything else with these, but now we know. Well, I went ahead and took these off because we're not reusing these guys. Look at this. It looks like it's got mud or so. I don't even know what that is. Simplest drum brakes I've ever done. Okay, let me tell you right now. The simplest drum brakes I've ever done. There aren't a bunch of springs and clips and things all over the place. Literally, guys, this is all there is to these brakes. you got a clip here, which I've never seen one of these before, but it's like it's spring-loaded because it's arched, right? So it's kind of a spring-loaded clip on this side, spring-loaded clip on this side. One there, one there. You got a spring here that holds the brake shoe, and a spring here that holds this brake shoe. After that, it slides out, up, and off. That's it. That's it. This is it. This is the entirety of the front brakes. I mean, aside for the 2 wheel cylinders here, which we'll pop off in a second. There's 1 bolt, I believe, on the back of each one holding them on. That's it. Super simple. Let's move on to the other side. Well, I'm going to have to wrap it up and call it a night for me. Don't worry. For you, it'll be lickety-split. We'll be right back, but I have a family emergency, and this is as late as I can stay tonight. I got to fly out to Portland tomorrow and handle some business going on out there. But I wanted to come out here and at least get some of this done. Now, you notice something. What I like to do is I like to tear one side completely down, right? But I don't tear the other side down at the same time. Yes, I took the brake shoes off, okay? But you'll notice everything else is still intact. Why? Well, hey, there's a possibility that when I get back in a few days and I come back here to start working on this, I might forget where all of this stuff goes. So I like to leave everything the way it was. I went ahead and got the shoes off because that's simple. That's not anything that I'm going to forget how to do. But we got some good news, guys. I found a set of brake shoes. I'm telling you, that Coronet, that 59 Coronet of mine, is the gift that just keeps giving. I have a full set of front brake shoes for the Coronet that, here, I'll show you guys something. Check this out. I thought I was going to have to buy some new brake shoes. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, man, no way. No way. Yep, sure thing. We'll do it right here, too. Check this out. This is so easy, man. Just slide it up here, and well, there we go, just like that. Look at that, brand new brake shoes for this bad boy. Yeah, I just got a little bit of grease on it. That's fine though. I'll take brake cleaner to it and clean it off when we're done. So I've got a full set of front brake shoes for it, and I found these too. Even though the back brakes have no juice at all, nothing's working, I found this I bought for the Coronet as well. I guess I never used it. A rear brake hose. Now, there's a very, very good probability that this is the problem with the rear brakes. It could be clogged up. It could be collapsed inside. So we're going to replace that. Then we're going to tear the rears down. And I do believe these are the brake shoes for the rear of the 59 Coronet as well. I'm fairly certain. So we have, if I'm not mistaken, a full set of brake shoes, front and back. I've got all the parts coming for this that we're going to need to get this thing back together, guys. And while I'm waiting on parts, well, I'm going to fly out to Portland, handle some business out there, and we will be right back. We'll continue right where we left off. And just like that, we're back. Right back where we started. I'm back home, and I'm happy to announce that the family emergency is over. And we have Nick back with us again, and I think he's gonna be staying with us for a while this time. So I'm very excited about that. Things are back on schedule. Now, we missed a whole week of Copart videos. I'm sure some of you don't mind that one bit, and some of you did a lot of complaining about it. We'll get back to our Copart walkarounds real soon. I'm going to get started on this again. So we've obviously torn this side completely down. Everything is taken apart. We've got some new parts over here, and we're going to put it all back together. In fact, I got a few extra parts that I didn't have last time. We've got a couple windshield wipers. I've got all 4 wheel cylinders for the front. We've got the 2 wheel cylinders for the back. We have a new used fuel pump. We have new front brake lines, as well as a new rear brake line. We're not going to use the rebuild kits. I figure I'd rather go with the new ones rather than take my chances on the old ones. So we'll just we'll leave that at that. We got a new carburetor coming for this as well, and I am excited. I'm by myself today, and I drove the Pontiac Tempest down here today as well. I sure did. I drove this car down here. Let me tell you something. This car gets more attention than any car I've ever had. I'm hoping that when this one is out driving down the streets, it gets the same amount of attention as this one, because I have made up my mind today that I am going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. And a lot of you probably don't understand that, and that's fine. Just keep in mind, when I bought this car, I did not know I was buying this car. Okay, this car I've been trying to get for 2 years, and it's been a solid no every time. So I gave up, and I bought this. And as soon as I bought this, I was told I could come buy this one. And it's not a money issue. I'm not hurting on finances or anything like that. In fact, we're spending more money on it. I've got brand new tires that were $500, new carburetor, new shocks that were $350. Like, I'm spending money on this car, knowing for a fact that I'm selling it. This one may end up at Insurance Auto Auctions. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. We're going to get back on this one, though. I guess I'll get started right where I left off. On this side of the brakes, we'll get this reassembled, and then we'll go over to the other side, tear it down, and do the same thing over there. It should be pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I don't have a way of turning these drums. There's nowhere out here within 30 miles that can turn these drums for me. So I'm going to have to clean them up as best I can. I'm going to try sanding on them a little bit, do the best I can, put that oil seal back in. I'm going to repack the bearings as well before I stick everything back together. And we'll be back here in a minute with hopefully a new brake system. Status update time. I decided to bring you guys along for a little. I'm not going to sit here and show you every step of changing out these brakes, man. It's honestly not that big of a deal. As you can see, we've got it all put together. Something I learned about this, something I didn't know. I always thought like you had to put the brakes together on this, which makes it difficult because the brakes are always, the shoes are always trying to fall off. You got springs and lots of stuff in here that just doesn't want to stay. Well, guess what? On this car, you take out these 4 bolts, okay? 2 of them have castle nuts on the back because they're actually attached to suspension components. But you take out these 4 bolts, and you take off, obviously, the brake line, and the whole assembly comes out. Brake shoes, wheel cylinders, lines, springs, clips, everything comes out as an assembly. You can then take it, lay it down, and you can do your work kind of on a bench. How cool is that? Then you can reassemble the whole thing and just bolt it right back on. So here she is. I haven't adjusted each shoe yet. We've got an adjuster on each side. There's an adjuster here and an adjuster here. You get to it from the back. As you can see, we've got a shiny new brake line over here. I did the best I could cleaning this up, this drum. It's definitely not perfect. Well, you probably can't see it too well anyway, but it's not perfect, but it's going to have to do because I don't have anything else right now. Next, we're going in with the bearings. I decided to go ahead and take a peek at the bearings here. The bearings look to be in excellent shape. I cleaned them up. I'm going to repack them. They're Timken bearings, and I went ahead and pulled out the oil seal, or the grease seal, I should say, as well. The races aren't scarred up or anything. Everything looks really good. Just repack the bearings, shove them back in, put this on, adjust the shoes on this side, and we're done with this side. And then we have the other side, and then we have the back. I wanted to go ahead and show you what I was talking about because I'm sure a lot of you are going to be like, wait a minute, you can do what? A lot of you probably know this trick, but it's news to me. Hell, it might be news to somebody else and could help save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. So as you can see, once you take the 4 bolts out, right, I went ahead and took this line off just for good measure beforehand. Wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to be an issue. Also took the rubber line off because we're going to be replacing that, and obviously you can't take that off with it still attached to this. So we got the rubber line off, and then there's 4 bolts, and it just, look at this, complete. Now, I know you're going to look at it and go, but it's not complete, Randy. It doesn't have any brakes. Well, you could leave the brakes on is what I'm saying. I'm going to show you as I put it back together what I'm talking about. You do the whole thing right here laying flat like it's on a bench. You can disassemble it, reassemble it, and then just stick it right back on the spindle, man. Super, super cool. Love it. All right, so now it's time for me to show you what I'm talking about. There it is, fully assembled. As you can see, I've got my springs. You got your little retaining clips here, the new wheel cylinders, the metal line, the new hose that's going to be going on. And this, it's hard to do one-handed, but you just kind of bring it up to the hub here, or the spindle, I should say, not the hub, but the spindle, and boom. Now, of course, with 2 hands, it'll work a little bit better. It'll bolt on exactly like that, and you've got a completely assembled drum brake system that you could just do it right here flat on the table here. How perfect is that? You got these little adjusters here, so once you get your drum on, and I got to clean this one up still. This one's pretty rough. I got a lot of cleaning to do on that. But once we get that cleaned up, you fit it on. Make sure after you adjust your bearings and everything feels nice. And then you can slowly tighten up each adjustment screw until it starts to drag, then back it off just a hair. And it's almost ready to bleed the front brakes. I can't believe it. Unfortunately, we still have back brakes to do. All right, so here we are with the backside. This is the side that can be a lot of fun because these drums are pressed on. They don't like to come off. And this is basically a 3-jaw puller, a very, very beefed up 3-jaw puller designed to actually pop these off. Now, don't worry, once you get them off, they'll go back on easy. It's getting them off that's the problem. You gotta beat the living heck out of these things. We found out why we had no brake pressure in the back. That was pretty simple. Turned out to be this rubber line right here, right there. That rubber line, I pulled it out, and boy, let me tell you, that one was fun to get out. Okay, that one was fun to get out. That line was clogged up. Free and clear now. We got free flowing, air pressure to each one of the wheel cylinders, but we got new wheel cylinders, guys. We've gone this far. We might as well go a little bit further. So I'm going to bring out the BFH, the big freaking hammer. And you could just hit it with the impact. Honestly, the impact would probably be, well, it'd be easier and it'd probably work better. But for sake of content, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll just beat the hell out of it, right? I heard it crack. There it goes. One hub down, baby. One hub down. I'll go ahead and pull this off for you guys. We'll take a look and see what it looks like inside. We ready to see what's in here? Ooh. Oh. And don't forget, these are keyed. All right, you've got a key right here. So don't forget that. Basically, back brakes, exactly like the front brakes. Man, these pads back here, these shoes, I should say, actually look really good. They look really good. They're riveted instead of bonded. I'm going to clean this up with some brake cleaner real quick. We're going to see what it looks like because, guys, I almost don't want to change these, brake shoes. All right, let's walk around and see what we've done. It's finished, guys. At least this part. We got this one back on. I think I may still need to adjust the shoes on the rear. I can't remember if I adjusted the shoes on that one or not, so I'll go ahead and adjust them anyway. We just finished the passenger side rear. This one was a booger to get off, man. That one was tough. That one was on there. As you can see, it's got a little keyhole right here. So they are keyed and they are kind of pressed on, man. You hit it with an impact and just tighten it down and she's done. But as you can see, new wheel cylinder. Brake shoes still say made in the USA. They probably got, I'd say at least 50% of their life left to them. So I'm not going to replace them. Can't replace them anyway because I thought I had some sitting over there that would fit this and they don't fit this. The fronts from the Coronet fit fine. But the rears, for whatever reason, just didn't fit. They don't fit. So thankfully, I cleaned all of this up with lots of brake cleaner, cleaned up the drum with brake cleaner, and now it's time to put the drums back on. Everything is snugged up and bolted down. It's just a matter of bleeding it, and I don't have any helpers here to help me bleed. So wish me luck. Okay, well, it's hard bleeding the brakes by yourself, and I'll tell you something. This little tool right here, what is this? Pittsburgh brake fluid bleeder. Obviously Harbor Freight. Let me tell you something. This thing right here, whew, I think it has saved the day. I do. I think it saved the day. Master cylinder was dry. There was no pedal. I got good pedal now. The only question is, for me, is do the back brakes work? Because they didn't work before, and there's only one way to find out with it on the lift. If the back brakes are working, I'm going to have to climb in here. I'm going to use this ladder, I guess, or I don't know. But I'm going to sit the camera down. You guys are going to watch the rear hub here. I am going to put it in drive. And, well, then I'm going to hit the brakes. And if the hub stops turning, then we know the brakes work. The rear brakes anyway. If the rear brakes work, I'm pretty sure the front brakes work. We got a better pedal than I've had ever before. Here we go. All right. Are we ready? Here we go. It's in gear. Oh, helps turn off the e-brake. Interesting. Okay, that didn't work. The hub should be turning. Okay, I'm gonna hit the brakes, and now the hub should stop. Put it back in neutral, set the e-brake, and shut her down. And I just reviewed the footage, and yes, we have back brakes, which means I should probably go ahead and put these wheels on. Yeah, really. I should probably put the wheels back on. I'm gonna try my best not to touch those white walls, man. I'm gonna clean up all the tools. I'm going to put the wheels and tires back on, and I don't know, should we take it for a test drive? I really should replace the fuel pump, guys. I got a fuel pump over here that's from like 1962 or something. I got a fuel pump right here. I really should replace this, but I really want to know right now if the brakes work. So comment below right now, what do you want to do? You want to take it out for a spin real quick, see if the brakes are functioning like they're supposed to? Or should we do the right thing while we've got it on the lift and we got it in the air, go ahead and change out the fuel pump, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so you said you want to take it out for a drive? Me too. Me too. Let's get these wheels on, and we'll make a decision then. Well, I did the right thing, man. It's not often I do that. Normally I want to shortcut it and just try things out. But here's the old pump, and she was leaking pretty good. We got the new pump over here, which unfortunately is probably not going to be much better, but I'm going to take my chances. Finding a manual pump for this was pretty difficult, guys. This one's made in the USA. This is one, honestly, it's probably 30 years old. I'll be surprised if the diaphragm holds up. And the gaskets, for that matter, I don't know. It is what it is, though. It's the, I forget the name of it. I found it on eBay for like 20 bucks. It's a Ampco 712 for the Dodge 6-cylinder engine from 1957 to something. 59, I guess. 57 to 59, something like that. Anyway, as you can see, the box looks pretty damn old. The fuel pump, though, looks great. It looks really good. I'm going to clean up the mating surface down there. We're going to put this on, and then we're going to try to fire it up. And, guys, we're going to take it out on a test drive. Well, guys, as usual, it is late as hell. It's after midnight. Oh, that's a good song right there, too. Welcome to my house. Yeah, welcome to my house. Guys, I've got it buttoned up. I've got a new carburetor coming. We'll have to do that later. The new fuel filter, or new fuel pump, I should say. Sorry for the flickering light, but she's in. Everything's buttoned up, guys. She's still leaking trans fluid, though. Not nearly as bad as it was, but I don't know if it's safe to try to drive her home. Let's go ahead and try to get that fuel pump primed. There's still a little bit in the carburetor, so hopefully what's in the bowls of the the bowl, I should say, of the carburetor will be enough to get that fuel pump working. Maybe so. Maybe so. No kidding. Surely it's not that easy. I know better. I know better. It's not going to be that easy. Or is it? No. No, it's not going to be that easy. Come on. Don't tease me, girl. Yeah. And there it goes. Now we get the fun time of trying to get it primed up and running again. Well, it's 12:30 and she's running. And she's still losing trans fluid. Not, like I said, not nearly as bad as it was before. New fuel pump is not leaking yet. Anyway, yet. It's also important to remember, I do not use ethanol, guys. I know that ethanol in these old cars is just a disaster waiting to happen, so I don't use ethanol. Not that it makes a difference. These old things just leak like a sieve anyway. All right, I'm gonna clean this mess up here. We're gonna close the hood and we're gonna take it on a drive, guys. And hopefully this time it's gonna stop. All right, I should have washed my hands and everything first, but I didn't. Let's hope the brakes work. Here we go. All right. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, they're gonna make some noise for a while. These poor brakes haven't worked in so long. Oh, they feel so good, at least for now. Uh-oh, she's not running too great. She sounds kind of pissed off. Oh, wow, they feel good. Oh, wow. Okay, show me. Oh. Don't really push the brakes. Oh, yes. Oh, she stops. She stops very well. You can tell the brakes are like, wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right. We'll try this trip again. We did this once before at night where you guys couldn't see anything, and I do apologize. Does it work better like that? No, it doesn't. I think it's better like this. I doubt you can see the speedometer, but currently we're going 40, 45, and 50, 55. We're about to hit 60. Holy crap. We're at 60 miles an hour. Oh! Oh! We just crossed 60 miles an hour in this old beast. That is scary. 60 miles an hour. Okay, now let's slow down. Let's hit the brakes. Nice and even. It's not pulling to one side or another. Oh, there's deer out there. You guys probably can't see them. We got deer out there. Get out the road, guys. I need to turn around because honestly, guys, I'm to a point where if I break down, I am screwed. Like, I am so screwed if I break down right now. I can't believe it. She's got good acceleration now. The brakes are excellent. The transmission is shifting well. But I'm going to have to turn around because I am very concerned about that transmission still leaking. So let's turn this bad boy around. Let's get back and see how bad that trans is leaking once we pull it back into the shop. Well, we got her back. Out of nowhere, it started surging. Like, I was doing 60 miles an hour. It was running great. And then out of nowhere, boom, it just started surging real bad. Like, real bad. You can see here, she's leaking quite a bit, guys. She's leaking quite a bit. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I knew that it wasn't going to fix itself, but I sure was hoping that it would get a little bit better. But there you can see it, man. Is it the worst thing in the world? No. I've driven cars that leak more transmission fluid than this, okay? I really have. But that's a pretty good leak. That is a really good leak. There's the flywheel with the torque converter up there. Yeah, she's leaking pretty good, guys. I think this is going to prevent us from being able to drive it home yet again. There's always something. There's always something. We finally have brakes. We have brakes. The brakes are working very, very well. But that right there, yeah, it's a pretty significant problem. And now we have a new problem. It wanted to buck and surge and cut out and have all kinds of problems. I was sitting there feathering the throttle constantly, I should say, sorry, it's late, guys, I'm tired. I was sitting there having to feather the throttle constantly just to get this thing to make it back to the house. Now, the funny thing is, once I got here, it started running fine again. As you can hear, it's running great now. No issue at all. So I don't know what the hell the problem is with this thing. It's been sitting for 20 plus years. That's what's wrong with it, all right? She's entitled to be a little cranky, although I do hope she wakes up and comes back to life soon, guys. We're getting there. We got full brakes now. Brakes all the way around. She runs, she drives, she shifts. We got the tires on. That transmission issue most likely is going to require pulling the trans. You know, of course, I was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but you can see by the way she's dripping, it's probably going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and lower this thing down. I'm going to play with it a little bit, try to figure out what's going on with the fuel system. I guarantee it's the fuel system, maybe the accelerator pump or something, and we'll be back. Well, guys, I think I'm going to do something something that I'm probably going to regret doing, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. It is, let's see what time it is here. It's 1:40 in the morning, Sunday, and I was supposed to do that car. That car I was supposed to swap the carburetor out on. I was supposed to swap out the fuel filter, the shocks, and I was supposed to drive that home. Well, I didn't get to any of that today. That's going to have to be in another video because I'm so obsessed with this damn car, I couldn't help myself. I had to get this car going, and now it is. The transmission leak has slowed down significantly. I mean significantly. It's now just a drip, drip, drip. Is it leaking? Yes. Do I want it to leak? No. But there's nothing I can do about it right now. So I thought, what would make this video a little more interesting than driving home in the middle of the night, pitch dark, there's nobody out here, guys, there's no help. If you call AAA to come get you, well, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to be sitting 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, so it's a 50-mile drive. I don't anticipate taking it highway speeds. In fact, I just took it around the corner again and brought it back, and it is still cutting out. When you get to about 40 miles an hour, I don't know what's going on. 40, 45 miles an hour, she starts just like, bup, 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 bup. But if you just let off the gas, she comes right back. And then you can get up to about 40, 45 miles an hour again, then it starts doing it again. Well, I just took the distributor cap off. I did spill oil down it a few days ago, so I cleaned out the distributor. I cleaned everything inside. I sanded the points a little bit more. Everything in there should be good to go. If it's an ignition problem, I don't know. I would bet more likely a carburetor problem than an ignition problem. I'll probably tap on it a few times. I did throw some tools in the trunk, along with a couple quarts of high mileage transmission fluid, a couple containers of Lucas transmission stop slip, some oil. We've got a spare tire. We've got plenty of tools. I think we have everything. I mean, and we also have spare points, spare condenser, spare cap, and rotor as well. Unless something catastrophic goes wrong, I wish there was wood, knock on metal, we should be okay. We should be okay. I don't know what else to do, guys. I want to take this thing on this drive. I've been trying to do this since I got it, and it just hasn't been working out, and I'll be damned if I didn't spend all day and night out here. Again today, I spent my whole Saturday out here putting this thing together. I did not do it so it could turn around and tell me to kiss its rear, okay? And that's pretty much what it did when it started cutting out down the street. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to have to switch cameras when we start driving, because the GoPro just can't handle nighttime. It can't do it, guys. Can't do it. Is this even the right key? Yeah, the ignition's a little, you gotta, there you go. That starter, man. Come on. There we go. There we go. Gas gauge, there we go. Lights, yes. Not sure if the gas gauge is accurate or not. I have no idea. But as soon as we get out into the dark, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out. I'm going to move the Pontiac over here so that I can come back tomorrow and get to wrenching on it. Easy, girl. But as soon as we start this trip back to the city, I'm going to have to use my iPhone, because this thing, as you guys know, just won't do any good. You won't be able to see anything. It's going to make the video quality awful. So if the audio sounds a little bit different, I apologize. Bear with me. I think we're gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna pull this thing off to the side. Let me move the Pontiac. And we're gonna get on our way. All right, so I told you the audio was gonna get bad. Video quality is gonna be okay. Mileage is 61,978.0. Okay. E-brake off. I've got nobody with me, by the way. I don't have Jessica. I don't have any help. And it's now 2 o'clock in the morning, so trust me when I tell you, everybody is asleep anyway. I guess it's a moment of truth time, guys. Damn, he's out late. All right. I can't say that I feel good about this because I really don't. I'm not sure that the car is ready for this. I have no seat belts. This place is notorious for deer. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's get it done. All right, first update. We haven't driven very far, but I'm happy to say that I'm cruising at 50. I'm not going to push this thing at all. We're going to go very slow. There's no reason to try to hightail it home. You got to be gentle with her. But as you can see, we're cruising 50 miles an hour, and she's doing it. I'm not going to push it over 50. We're just going to be thankful that we're going 50, and we're going to continue on our way. It's riding very smooth. It's not pulling. It's not stuttering or hesitating. We're almost at 55. I better slow it down here. Hold on. She's eager, man. She's eager. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Well, we're back with a little update. Actually, it's a pretty big update. Do you see those numbers? She's getting ready to roll to 62,000 miles, guys. Try to get you right down on it there where you can see it. She's about to roll over, guys. 62,000 miles. So yeah, so far she's doing great. I've got no complaints so far, just taking it slow. Okay, here we go. 999. Here we go. Here we go. 62,000 miles, boys. Wow. All right. Hey, we're still cruising. We're going a little faster than I wanted to go. We're doing 60 right now. And that's all, folks. It's late as hell, guys. I'm tired. I'm ready to get home. I'm ready to get off these back roads. So if I do break down, someone could actually come get me, like AAA or something might actually show up. We're going to get there, though, guys. I got faith in you, girl. Comment below right now if you think it's going to make it. Please, comment below. Hit the thumbs up button if you think she's going to make it all the way back to the house. All right. I stopped for just a quick minute to get out, check everything, make sure nothing's on fire. I expect he has smoke. I figured there's going to be smoke. Yeah, look at that. Okay, this is why I stopped. I'm not trying to destroy the dang thing, you know what I mean? Let me turn the light on. Let's take a look under here, make sure everything's okay. All right, I got the light on so we can take a closer look. Looks like she's leaking a little bit of oil right there. I don't see any gas leaking though. Oh, the transmission is soaked. Ooh. All right, well. Is it leaking worse than it was before? Let's climb up under here and look. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Oh, man. Well, it's leaking pretty good. But like I said, I've driven cars that leaked worse than this, guys. Damn. That transmission fluid is a good, clean things up under there. I guess anti-rust, a rust inhibitor, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna check the trans fluid level real quick, guys. And wait, you know what? Well, we got this light shining in the screen like this. Okay, show me. Okay, this is when it starts playing that sexy music and the car is supposed to start fixing itself. Yeah, how's things looking over here? Overall, it's in really good condition. It's doing really, ooh, the brakes are leaking. Whoa, wait a minute. Great, that's lovely. Looks like we're leaking all around the top here. It's just blowing brake fluid out everywhere. You can see it all down there. Yep. This is great. This is absolutely great. So I'm gonna check the transmission fluid. We're gonna keep going. Well, we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're still trucking. 62,021 miles now. We have less than 20 miles to go. And I mean, as you can see, trans is still shifting. It just shifted from first to second. The only 2 gears it's got. We're not pushing her too hard. As you can see, I'm holding the steering wheel a little bit to the right. Quite a bit to the right. Well, if I let go, it likes to pull over to the left pretty hard. So definitely going to have to get an alignment done. And we also ran into a problem where if I hit the brakes, it initially jerks to the left. It seems to mellow out after that, but it's like the first press of the brake pedal when you're coming to a stop, it just kind of wants to pull hard to the left. I'm sure there's still air in the lines. I'll have to bleed them again. And of course, that brake master cylinder lid is leaking everywhere, so that's not good either. But we're cruising, man. We're cruising. Less than 20 miles to go. We might actually make this, guys. We really might. We might actually make it back to the house. Well, obviously, we're still rolling. That's good news. Transmission is still shifting. The back roads really suck, guys. All I want to do is go home, clean up, and go to bed. That's all I want. I am so exhausted. I don't even know what time it is yet. But here we are at 62,034 miles. So we put the miles on her, guys. We still got about 10 miles to go. But damn it, I think we made it. We're finally into a place that I recognize. This is Lake Stanley Draper. This is where I went out and rode my motorcycle around. It's where my dad and I used to go riding around when I was a younger man and was having life problems. He'd bring me out here and we'd talk about it, you know? So, I know where I'm at. You gotta watch out for deer. But she's cruising. Everything seems to be going fine. All we gotta do is make it 10 more miles, guys, and we are free and clear. It looks like we made it. I'm not gonna lie. I am impressed. Don't get me wrong, I had faith in the old girl, but I'm not sure I had enough faith in her. We are back. Let's see if we can get over this without scraping. Very nice. This is where it all started for this old girl right here. Right here. 62,043 miles. Let's see how bad she's smoking. Actually, it's not smoking. Really, old girl? Okay. I see you. I see you. Okay. I expected her to be billowing smoke. Let's pop the hood. Maybe she'll billow some smoke if we open the hood. No. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sure she's still leaking trans fluid. Although, look, I'll be honest with you. I'm looking underneath it. I don't see any trans fluid leaking. Let's turn. Oh, whoa, hey. Oh, wow. Okay, we'll come back to you later. Let me climb under here real quick. Let's see if she's still gushing trans fluid, or maybe it stopped on the drive home. Well, guys, I got news for you. She's not leaking trans fluid anymore. No way. No way. You can see there's like a vent tube under here. Okay, that's normal. That's how these cars got rid of pressure inside the crankcase before they had PCB systems. But there's the transmission. If you remember earlier, it was just pouring out of there. Look at her. Nothing at all. Wow. She just needed to be driven, guys. She just needed somebody to put her back on the road and have a little faith in her. Look at her now. She just made it. I guarantee that was over 50 miles. I guarantee you that was over 50 miles she made it home. She didn't leave me stranded. I took a hell of a risk, guys. Like I said, there was nobody following me. I had no help. And AAA, good luck, man. If I called AAA, they'd have taken 3 to 4 hours to come get me. I would have been stuck. She's purring like a kitten. We're not done. I got a new carburetor coming for it because I do suspect that the carburetor's probably got some problems. I don't know. Keep an eye on the fluids. And let me tell you this. I hope to see you guys at Whacker. Oh, wait, there's a little smoke. There's a little smoke. Where's that coming from? That's weird. I don't know where that smoke's coming from because the transmission's still not leaking. Okay. That's kind of creepy, honestly. Okay. Anyway, Whacker Park on the 18th from like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. guys. I want to see you there. So please show up. Santa's Workshop is hosting it. It's a lot of work for him. He puts a lot into this, and he would love to see you there. I would love to see you there. And unless something catastrophic happens with this car is going to be there. And the 68 Pontiac might be there as well. So please come out to Whacker Park on the 18th in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. We would love to see you there from around 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Doesn't cost you anything, guys. All you gotta do is just come out. Just come out, hang out, have a good time. If you enjoyed this video, man, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. It is almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Stay safe out there. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.